So welcome, you're listening to Off the Record. This is the podcast where we share inside stories from the electronic music industry, from the people who live and breathe it. And you're listening to a very special edition because we are at Amsterdam Dance Event. And I've basically thrown three people who don't know each other, a little bit, but don't know each other very well onto the couch. And we're going to have an open conversation about our own experiences, about who we are, about the music industry, maybe also some thoughts about ADE. Basically an open conversation with each other.
Cool.
So I'd like to introduce my three guest speakers. First up on my right is Noah Smits. Maybe you'd like to tell a little bit more about yourself.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here.
My name is Noah Smits, a retired artist turned agency owner in the music industry. So I had a marketing and PR agency and worked for quite a lot of names in the Netherlands. It's a small country, so it's not that hard to get the whole industry as your client, but also international big names. That was really cool. And I'm heavy on the education, so I do a lot of speaking gigs on conferences internationally, talking about effective communications, how to manipulate people into becoming your potential fan.
Yeah, that's a beautiful description.
Yep.
So Noah actually came to give a masterclass at the start of this year.
Yep.
For Recode, and the masterclass visitors left so inspired. So that's really stayed with me, just the effect you had on them, sharing your knowledge.
And probably a lot of energy as well, right?
Yes.
I always get the question a few days ago at a talk, you got ADHD, right? I'm like, no, I'm actually tested for it. I don't have it, because they always feel like, fuck, man, like you're all over the place. But it inspires people as well, I think. Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right. Across from you, we have Jack from the UK. Tell us a little bit more about who you are, what you do.
Yeah, I'm Jack, go by the artist name Jacoby, DJ and producer from the UK. Play all over the UK. I've played various different countries around the world as well. I spend most of my time doing music production, releasing music, ghost producing, engineering, teaching other producers as well.
Awesome. Yeah, and the cool thing is Jack and I, we created a track together, but we only met today. And I think that's also the cool thing about Amsterdam Dance Event, is that people from all across the world come here.
Yeah,
right?
It's one of the things I like the most about it, is just the random encounters.
Yeah, just like here. Yeah. All right, and then we've got Gregor Ledal from Germany. Would you like to tell us a little bit more about what you do?
Yeah, I'm Gregor Ledal from Germany. I'm a DJ and producer in Happy Hardcore and Hard Dance Music, and I'm a DJ since 2010. Nearly 15 years right now, and it was a hard way till today, but I think in 25 this is my first year I played on big stages, on big festivals, because I think social media is so important for the artists today, and I feel this, and I work every day to make my dreams come true.
Yeah, awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that might be a cool subject to maybe bounce off on, because I know, Noah, you work a lot with social media.
Yeah.
So what is it, Gregor, that helped you, do you think, gain such a fan base? What did you change in what you were doing?
I start Instagram, for example. I started in 2017, I think. And I post not every day, or I post pictures and videos when I feel this, maybe 1 or 2 per week. And in February 24, I start to plan. Right now, I post every day minimum 1 reel, 1 video, 1 story, and for example, feed postings. But that's not important for me. But important was every day minimum 1 reel, and I do this till today. Minimum 2 or 3 videos right now, maybe 5 or 6. And I started in 2017 till 24. I have 5,000 followers. It was great for me, absolutely great to see that some people like what I do. And right now I have over 70,000 followers, about the reels and
Cool.
all the DJ gigs. And I'm working beside the DJ jobs as an actor, and I've got the actor jobs about the reels and my Instagram performance. It's crazy to see that. Yeah.
That's super cool. So you became kind of like more like, not more like, but also a creator, known for your personal brand, for the stuff you like and probably do. And you just mentioned the whole Taylor Swift thing. You have a Swiftie sweater on. You have a Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
it's probably also humor. Probably is what you do. Comedy a bit, humor.
It's important for me. The people's. I'm a real guy. I love to show the people's outside what I love, what's my inspiration. Taylor Swift is my biggest inspiration. So last year I was on her concert on the Eras Tour, and that was my biggest motivation for myself and inspiration to work harder than ever for my own way. So and maybe it's a little bit crazy. A man loves an American pop star or whatever, but yeah, I'm a Swiftie since 2014 when Taylor released Shake It Off, and that catch me so much, and I think I will be a Swiftie forever till the end of my life.
Well, that's fucking cool. Like, so what is it about Taylor Swift? Like, you wouldn't expect it from you, right? Like,
it's her music and her way in the music industry. She had a very hard way. So she had so much stress, problems with labels,
the whole thing,
with her music. So a few weeks or a few months ago, she grabbed her own music back for millions of dollars. It's hard to see that, but it's an inspiration for other artists. Work hard for your way, and you will get your own goals. Yeah. I think so.
And there's definitely humor in Gregor's content. Just now he was already showing me, because you guys had a Twitch stream last night.
Yeah.
And it's just this video where Gregor suddenly puts on a SpongeBob song and then lets Jack take over the mixing. And then suddenly in the track there's like
it's an acoustic of the SpongeBob SquarePants theme.
Yeah.
So it's really like chilled kind of underwater music. And then this like really obnoxious kick drum just kicks in out of nowhere. And I've just put the headphones on. And he did say to me beforehand, he said, Jack, you can't mix out of this track, so you have to just fade, do a radio fade. So I was trying to find something that had kind of like a nice intro, and I had the headphone on, and it just goes, no. I just like scared the hell out of me. I thought it was such a like odd sounding kick drum that I thought there was like the CD had like just jarred or something, and it just completely took me by surprise. He obviously had it filmed because he knew what he was going to do, and it was a great moment, wasn't it, in the stream?
It's very
and the video went down really well as well.
The clip goes viral right now. We have over 15,000 clicks on this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, really?
Yeah, it was a funny moment. Yeah,
it was a good moment in the stream.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's cool.
So I'm curious, Noah, because he's obviously doing something right? He's being very authentic. I've never met a Swiftie, but I didn't think I'd meet this kind of Swiftie. So he's very unique.
Yeah.
What is he doing right? Like, what would other artists who are listening to this, if they're also struggling with, I can't find my people? Is it just make a reel every day, or is it more than that?
Well, that was a question I had. I mean, because I don't know you, but like, when I see you and wearing those clothes, like Taylor Swift stuff, I mean, that immediately catches the eye, right? That's immediately like, oh, so to me, you're probably like are unapologetically yourself, like not giving a fuck, but you're actually really a fan of her. It's not a gimmick, right? No, you're actually real. That makes it even more beautiful. That it's really like sincere.
I can show you it's real.
I asked him if his underwear was also Taylor Swift.
He has the tattoo of Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
real.
Yeah, but that is super
not
cool.
A joke or whatever.
No, because a lot of artists are, it's not just about. Sometimes people tell me like, oh, you're a social media guru, and like, I'm not. Like, don't ask me for the trends or the challenges or the latest algorithms. I work in communications, like, and understanding people and what people like to see. That's the thing. And yes, of course, I use a lot of social media because that's the free, way to go. So, but you just mentioned that you start posting a lot of stuff, but I also see a lot of artists that do that as well. because they feel like, oh, that's the way to go. I just need to post a lot of stuff, but it doesn't work. So apparently you did post a lot of stuff, so that helps for the visibility, but you were and are doing things that are like resonating with people. So you hit the right spot, right? Like the sweet spot probably. So it's not just about you posted a lot of stuff and that's why it worked. No, you post a lot of stuff showing yourself. People love that, and that's how you found your audience.
Yeah.
So to me, if you ask like, what is he doing right? I don't know yet, but like this like last 6 minutes seeing you talk and like, you know, talking about the stream stuff, it probably a lot of humor. That's why I asked immediately, like probably a lot of humor and stuff. And if you get the acting gigs now as well, probably because they like they like you as a personal brand. You do something right, so they see this guy and they're like, this is a funny guy, this is a cool guy, like we need him, you know, in our movie or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's what I like. My first thought, you know, after knowing this guy for like 6 minutes now, is what comes to my mind.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
I'm really curious. Can I ask, like, how do you do it? Like, how's your social game?
It's better because of him in a way. Because I've seen so we've been working together quite a lot. I do quite a lot of audio work for Gregor, and obviously we talk about everything music all the time. And he said, you know, you need to post every day, because I was posting maybe, I don't know, twice a week, maybe 3 times a week. And I've seen his social media grow from what he said, you know, around the 5,000 mark to above 70,000. I know his TikTok is done, you know, very well also. And that, a lot of that's, he has the content from his Twitch streams. You know, he's really energetic. He does he puts the effort in with edits and things like that. And I don't have a Twitch stream, so I was looking for an area to, where can I get this content from without it being like kind of boring like everyone else. And I've just found me vibing to my music, mostly in my studio, but different locations, the car, wherever, it's been a huge boost for me, definitely. And I started around February this year posting kind of as much as I could. I said 4 to 5 times a week, and that just gives me a couple of days to, you know, having a family, just where I need some downtime. And yeah, I mean, I've seen some huge gains, particularly on my Facebook, which is really odd because it's really not the platform that I've been searching to grow at all. In fact, my Facebook was like completely dead for me. But I think where the music I make connects with an audience that's probably maybe sort of 30 plus, where, you know, a lot of people are on Facebook. I've doubled my following there from 9 to pretty much 18, and that's since May. So now I've seen some growth, and I'm seeing the engagement, and it's also translating into streams, which is the most important thing. It's all very well getting, you know, like 20,000-30,000 video views, but is it actually going beyond that? And now I'm seeing that as well, and that did take time. That kind of makes wanting to do content
it's motivating, right?
As well. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've not quite seen the same growth on my Instagram, a little bit more on my TikTok. Instagram for me's like been very difficult to crack, I think. But yeah, a lot of that's down to just seeing how Gregor was, you know, how often he was posting, and just the different things, different like kind of clips of different tracks, edits he'd done and stuff like that. Whereas I was sat on a lot of music and I wasn't really, I was kind of, you know, I was doing the kind of whole thing like, hey, I've got a track out now.
Exactly.
And that was kind of it. And even if I did an edit, I could sit in my studio, make an edit, play it on the weekend. And that's what I would do with it. I'd play it at my DJ sets. And now I'm actually kind of, you know, doing short burst clips of my tracks as well. And yeah, it's helped massively.
It's beautiful that you said that your Facebook is growing, because I hear that more often lately.
Really?
Yeah. And I think Gary Vee is a really big, entrepreneur.
Yeah, I like his stuff.
And the content, and he at one point actually, like I think last year, and I had to think of him when he said it. Like he said, a lot of people are moving away from Facebook, but what happens is Instagram is fully saturated, right? Like TikTok as well, but like Instagram is fully saturated, so it leaves kind of like a gap in the marketplace on Facebook. The people that are still there, and like. More and more people are moving away from the platform, not posting it, so it's less saturated. So more often I hear that people find
that makes sense.
the growth on Facebook because
Is it possible for a social media platform to kind of come back? That would be interesting, right? Because they're already talking about the next big thing and this and that.
TikTok,
What's next after Instagram?
Yeah.
Do you know, Noah? Tell us.
I don't know. But that's actually why I'm always preaching about don't focus on the platform itself. I always see those platforms as the fishing ponds, ways to get those fish out of there, and always get them as soon as possible off the platform to your own environment as soon as possible. And an old school and still powerful way is, of course, email. So, but the whole one-on-one direct communication, that is the thing, because so you might have 100,000 followers on Instagram, and maybe Instagram is it's dead, and then so I built this on Instagram, so TikTok is the thing, we're gonna build TikTok, and then TikTok is over. So you're always, so that's why I always say see them as fishing ponds, get them out there and get them to your own environment, because it doesn't matter if there's a new TikTok or whatever, you have them in the palm of your hand. And that's why I'm also so fascinated about the whole human beings and behavioral science, because I don't really care if there is a TikTok or a Facebook or whatever. If you really know how your audience, what ticks them, their intrinsic motivations, why they care about you. If there's a new TikTok, we know how to engage, let those people engage, because we know why they would engage with you.
Yeah.
So that's
So that would be you would get them to the email, but also perhaps get them to your shows, right? In person.
For sure. For sure. Or your WhatsApp is really strong. You have tools like ManyChat, for direct communications on Instagram, but the whole WhatsApp thing. We worked for an artist here in the Netherlands, and we were for years building on that whole thing, get them to your WhatsApp, and it was kind of new. Now you have more and more tools that service that to do that on WhatsApp automatically, but years and years, I think 2019 or whatever, and it was kind of new, and it was oh, what are you gonna do with those numbers, and why would you? But then he did a stadium show here in the Netherlands. It was Snelle, and the first evening, the full stadium was sold out with just sending one WhatsApp, because we were saving all those numbers. Those were really engaged people. Otherwise, they wouldn't come in your WhatsApp. Why would they care if they don't like you that much? Why would they? So it's also a filter. So we knew thousands and thousands and thousands of people, one simple fucking WhatsApp with a link to the ticketing, and they sold out the whole fucking stadium.
Insane.
First evening. And that was really a proof of concept. This is the fucking thing. You need to get them to your own environment. Yeah. Great advice. Yeah.
Cool. I've got a question that I'm going to start with sharing something. So obviously we're at ADE, Amsterdam Dance Event. I think I've been 5 or 6 times. Gregor, you've been...
For the first time here.
This is your first time here?
My first time at ADE, yeah.
And Jack, you've been also a few times.
This is my 4th year.
4th year. Noah?
Yeah, it's a Dutch. Yeah, almost every year. Yeah.
When you could walk, you came to ADE. Yeah. But I guess what I want to share first is ADE is, for me, it's always been kind of a mixed event, right? It's been a place where I would meet people that great new connections, always unexpected connections. You're whoa, I met this person, and we're gonna do something together. At the same time, it's been a place of gaining a lot of knowledge. But at the same time, it's also a place where, when you have big dreams and you have big ambitions, you might get negative feedback on your demo. You might realize, okay, I'm not quite there yet. It's also a place where maybe there's a lot of people that you were hoping to talk to where there's closed doors. They don't have time for you. So it's always been, for me, inspiring and confronting at the same time. And I was just curious as to your experiences. So... yeah, whoever wants to jump on first. Does that relate? Do you relate to that, or do you have a different experience?
Yeah, kind of a bit of everything, really. You said there kind of resonated slightly. I enjoy coming because I wanted to get a better insight into how the music industry worked. Being part of a kind of such a niche genre anyway, but also in the UK where things are done completely differently. I can see, obviously, there's so many Dutch artists have come through and become global superstars. You obviously is doing something right, and you can see how the hardstyle scene operates, and it's how good it is. and I'm looking from afar at kind of this ADE thing, and I'm seeing like, okay, like there's something, I need information. And so that
how
was
do they do it?
Yeah, how do they do it?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what made me want to come here. And just, I know I was seeing year on year, pre-pandemic, people were coming out here, and then I kind of forgot about it, obviously, and then I was like, right, I'm going to go next time it's announced, I'm going to go and I'm going to kind of make a thing of it. And then I came out here and with a friend, and the second year we're like, right, I think let's try and do like maybe like a pop-up show or something like that. And that's when we both realized like how out and far we were just like, you know what, that is going to it's going to fail so badly if we try and do that. So we need to make some more inroads. So it's just, I guess, like made me feel like how disconnected I was and still am from kind of like everything that goes on in the music industry. Yet I feel a little bit closer than I did 5 years ago. And also I've got a lot of insight into just how things work in terms of just the broader industry stuff that I didn't necessarily know before. So yeah, that's probably been for me other than the kind of networking stuff, that's probably been where I've like really kind of enjoyed coming along.
Cool. So the event you guys wanted to organize, what was the main thing? Like, I mean, it sounds cool, right? You want to organize something, but I guess connections?
Yeah, so connections, right? Venues, small ones, and then also like a network. I think if you're not on the kind of AD festival program, you'd struggle. And then we kind of realized like, wow, there's like probably 200 plus things going on a day. Like if we're not part of that, there's just no chance. Then we did discuss a little bit more like, okay, how are we going to get that? Once you've got a venue, great, then you need like equipment, you need to promote it. Like, how do we target the people that are going to be at AD in Amsterdam? And it just became this whole thing of like, wow, we're well out of our depth, let's just not do it yet. And yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
How about you, Noah?
Yeah, it's maybe privilege is not the right word, but yeah, I was an artist here and then working in the industry, so you immediately are connected. I worked for Armada and Spinning and you name them. So you get invited to all those networking things. So it's different. That's the whole thing. So,
yeah.
At one point, you probably know as well, like all those drinks, those mixers, all those networking mixers, all on Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday. So on Tuesday they send out an email, like all the companies. So here's the RSVP to our mixer. Like, yeah, you and fucking 20 others as well. Like, why is everybody sending out a Tuesday, like 2 days prior, all the RSVPs, all the invitations for those? So the Thursdays always are like running. There was 1 year, that was my best year. I did a lot of business for international artists as well, because I wanted to grow my business outside of the Netherlands. And at one point I was sweating so much because I was running across the city and I was nasty as fuck. So I saw this clothing shop, went inside, bought new clothes, threw the others in the bin. I'm fresh again, and go right to the next meeting. So, but those are the best ones. But that's the thing. You need to be connected. Well, that one thing I would say, I was talking to an A&R of Armada, a buddy of mine, like the other day, and he said he closed a deal with like one of the biggest freaking DJs out there in the world now. You can't mention it now, but it's crazy, and that person could sign anywhere, like really, like they were throwing deals at him, like please sign with our label, and they were signing with them, and they asked him, the artist, at one point, like, why did you sign with us? Well, because this dude, he was doing blow with me in the toilet at one point. Like, he came to every fucking show. It was not about the blow, but he came to every fucking show. And this motherfucker was standing there again in the crowd.
This is the A&R.
The A&R, one of the A&Rs. Yeah. And he was, and those other labels don't give a fuck. They just want to sign me because that's what record labels do in general, the big ones, right? So, and here he was, every fucking show. And then at one moment in the toilet, we became friends. And that's why I'm signing here. So, but that kind of tells us, well, like, what the importance is of those personal relationships and how to get them. Like, so be obnoxious, go to those networking events. I know from Museumplein not Museumplein, where Rembrandtplein, with all those smaller venues, right?
Yeah.
There's that one, whatever. You got a lot of them.
Venue? Do you mean like was it John Doe or something?
No, yeah, you got a lot of them. But there's
Yeah.
one that's always every year. It's kind of like, I wouldn't call it like an open mic, like open DJ set. I don't know if they're
Open deck.
open deck. It's not like that, but it's just so informal and everybody's cool with each other that you always see like DJs coming there. And if you go a few evenings and they start to recognize you, and Hatip, whatever, the manager of Nicky Romero is there with his own label and blah, blah, and he likes you. Hey, you're a DJ, right? So come spin. And that's how the ball rolls. So it's really be proactive.
Yeah.
And don't be, because I'm an introvert. For my job, I'm really extrovert.
Really?
No, I fucking hate social gatherings,
Yeah.
birthdays.
Well, it's good there's only 4 of us here.
Yes, that is a
Right?
good thing. But now I'm in my working mode, so now I'm just talking.
Yeah.
But I'm really not good at networking. Like I hate it because we need to network. Hi, so what do you do? So I don't like it. But at those venues, it's we're dancing, we're chilling, and then you meet right people, and you grab that coffee the next day. That's an advice I would have. But
I think
there.
I think that's great advice. It's also like, a lot of us are not invited to a lot of the special gigs, and it kind of has this energy like, oh no, you don't have to pro pass. Oh no, you're not on the guest list,
You're not important enough.
Yeah, and you can kind of get this feeling like, okay, I'm not good enough to be there. But I think what you're saying is like change the approach and just wherever you go where you can go and be open, right? And maybe the guy that you meet on the toilet is the guy that's going to help you do a pop-up gig next year, right? And just be like open to meeting people and maybe also express your ideas, right?
100%.
Tell them about it, because then someone's going to be like, that's really cool. I actually have a friend, blah, 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 blah. And you don't need to be in that specific networking room to have those conversations with different types of people.
I didn't even know about the Mixer or networking events until last year. And someone mentioned them to me, and I was like, "Oh, that's what I've been missing
You've
the
been
last couple
depressed
of years."
since then.
And I was like, "That's the first 2 years." I was like, they were really great, and I did meet a lot of people. But last year, when I actually went to a couple, I was like, "Okay, yeah, this is what I was sort of missing from." It was like one of the missing pieces.
Yeah, so send your stuff to the A&Rs. I would suggest, especially the publishers. So send your work to publisher A&Rs. Be on their radar, and they'll probably invite you. Because at one point they feel like, because record labels, they need to put in the work for you, as in sell your stuff, right? Publishers is more like they want composers, producers. That's their craftsmanship. That's their business. So they're more easy to approach. I feel.
So it's like little way in.
Yeah, and they like to wine and dine you. So come to the Armada mixer, or come to this mixer. And probably, do they have time to speak to you? Probably not, because they're the hotshots and they want to talk to everyone. But you're there. Yeah, everyone is there.
But there's other people,
and that's your entrance. That's your entry point.
Totally.
That's always LinkedIn is a gold mine. Just do good old LinkedIn before coming to ADE. Just look up all those A&Rs, project managers, product managers, marketing managers, whatever. Just send them, connect with them there. Send them a DM. LinkedIn is a gold mine.
Yeah. I have also noticed that people that might otherwise not be able to make time for you, like probably you. I think you're probably a tough guy to get a hold of. Yeah, you can say it. It's all right.
No, I'm not the hot shot, but it's busy.
It's busy. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's busy. People at a certain position in the industry, they're busy, and ADE can sometimes be. If you just say like, "Hey, I'm super interested in chatting with you. Would you be open to having a coffee?" You might just be able to have that coffee with someone who otherwise would be like, "Yeah, sorry, man, I'm too busy," because they're here. So, take the opportunities, reach out, and
the biggest. I don't want to speak too often, but that's just a beautiful example. I think I was in Austin, at South by Southwest, like one of the biggest conferences out there, and I was speaking there. And you also have those. The UK house was there. Oh, the same A&R I was just talking about was there as well. The UK house with all the UK artists. The Dutch house, all the Dutch house. So, and all those networking things, and you're gonna have dinner with us. Okay, so a ticket is €250. What? Like, so it's really, it's not my style. But here I am in a lousy freaking bar with a blues band playing, and all of a sudden one of from the management team from Post Malone, I get in contact with him because he has tattoos. I have tattoos. Those are fucking ugly. Mine are fucking ugly as well. That's fucking cool. And like the next 2 evenings, I was getting fucked up with him, to the point like, we need to talk. I like your style. And that's more like my kind of like networking. Like, but be at the places where you know they are here.
Yeah.
But be natural and be yourself.
Yeah.
But put yourself in that position. You know that. But that was such a beautiful example for me. Like, and all those other people were like, yeah, we're so important. Like, we're networking. We're with each other. And I was just drinking beer in a bar and this fucking, you know, dude.
Yeah, yeah. I think that way you have a more natural connection,
Yeah.
right? When you meet someone.
Yeah.
And yeah, I definitely agree with that. Yeah, so I guess, Gregor, it's your first ADE.
time.
And I mean, it's Wednesday night, so haven't seen much so far. But I guess, what are you hoping to take home with you after this week? Would be a good question.
Hoping, I think, nothing. I really enjoy this. The words from you a few minutes ago was important for me because last year I was in acting as a Berlinale. You know, maybe you know that it's a good connecting party for actors from all over, from Europe and all over the world, and Germany. And I was there for the first time too, and networking is... I'm so bad in networking. I'm a shy guy.
Yeah, you're quite shy for how open you are on your social media. I was really surprised when I met him in person. I was like, he's very shy.
Yeah, I'm a shy guy. So I think, and yeah, I think from this 2 days I'm here at ADE, I will look forward for it. Maybe I can meet some DJs. I like his music. Maybe a few bookers to tell her, hi, I'm Greg, I like happy hardcore, and maybe I can play on your festival or whatever. Yeah, I have goals, and maybe I think it's better than DJs, marketing managers, agencies, bookers see you in live as on social media.
Yeah,
and
sure.
Maybe they like what you do in real time, and I think maybe it's better to get an what's the right word, relationship or whatever, for example. So yeah, I really enjoy this. Maybe I can meet some other guys. I like DJs and whatever. Yeah,
The best relationships are built there. Also during meetings, sometimes like. So I like what you're saying, but because with my personnel at one point, when the meeting was starting, whatever, you always have that moment, and also with meetings like in real life, whatever, like in a bar or whatever. But you always have those moments like, we're gonna have a meeting. This is business. Those moments like you're grabbing your coffee, sitting on your phone. Those, you know, that small period of time before the actual meeting starts. But that's where the magic happens.
Yeah.
That is the most fucking period of that whole meeting. So I always told my personnel, that is the most important thing. That is where we're gonna close the deal. That is the A&R at the toilet being just a normal dude talking about random bullshit instead of, so we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
That is the relationship that you're talking about. That is where that happens. Like, so I saw that you're a fucking Taylor Swift fan. Tell me about it, man. Like, what the fuck?
yeah,
like,
maybe,
those kind of things
maybe
happen
this
there.
is a crazy moment.
Yeah.
So to start a relationship or a friendship or whatever.
Exactly.
So
instead of what you're gonna do for me. So what do you want to sell me? Right?
Yeah.
It's
in the last
different.
year, in the last year, I posted a clip for Charlie Low Noise, and he's one of my idols since I listen music and happy hardcore music.
Nice.
He is one of the owners of happy hardcore music. I'm a big fan from Charlie. I post 1 or 4 days or 3, I don't know right now. And he saw this, and since this video we are in contact, and right now we make a collaboration together.
Oh shit, that's
that
cool.
makes my dreams come true with this legend on the vocals.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, that's super cool.
And it's amazing because Ramon, who is Charlie Low Noise, he's also such a just great guy. Like you're mentioning, you know, it's like when I went to the studio with him, the first 2 hours we were talking about life and meditation and addiction and the music industry, and then after 2 hours was like, okay, let's make some music. But yeah, it's exactly like that. And I think what we're all saying here is, I think a lot of people in the music industry are just people wanting to connect with people, and it's good to remember that. And you know, of course, you have dreams. You're going to chase those dreams, but it's also important. Who are you going to chase those dreams with? Right? Is it going to be someone that's you're just a business transaction, or would you like to also be able to be friends with this person?
And this guy is the best example for my lifetime.
Yeah,
we know us over 10 years, and all my goals I finished it, for example, with this guy and my best friends in my city, in my private life. So I love Jack so much, and I'm very happy to sitting here on a
little shout out to Jack.
But it's the first time you're seeing each other in real life.
We've met real briefly.
Once
in 2011 at a DJ competition, I think. And then again that was in the UK. 2015, we met very, very briefly again in Lloret de Mar in Spain.
In Magaluf,
I mean,
Spain.
these are like hellos, but we've been aware of each other's music on the circuit for years. And then I sent him all my releases, and then Gregor approached me to sort of work with him on some stuff.
Cool.
And we sit on Zoom sometimes for 6 hours a week.
Wow.
So in that time, we obviously, there's a lot of small talk, and now we actually get on well, also as well as so. Things kind of build out of nothing, and then into where they are now. So,
It's amazing. I think I have another topic I want to throw in here with you guys, and I think this is a nice little bridge. Because we're talking about we're all humans looking for connection. And we were having a bit of pizza before, and we were talking about AI, right? I mean, it's taking over everything. And I'm a vocalist, and first I was like, the AI was doing kind of shitty. And now I'm practically replaceable. Jack is actually working on something pretty cool. I don't know if you want to share a little bit about that.
Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, of course, yeah.
Regarding this topic?
So I had an idea probably about a year or so ago when AI started. When I actually saw a vocalist say that no one was coming to them for vocals anymore, and then I sort of just saw some low quality sample packs crop up, and I thought I want to do something that like a site that does samples, templates, those kind of things that are guaranteed 100% to be made by other producers, so including vocals, that kind of thing, and really just focus on the creative side by people. And that's not to say I dislike AI. I'm not like trying to push dead against it, but I just feel that it's necessary for those things to exist. Because otherwise, like if you flick through any social media platform and you catch the wrong algorithm, you just get these like really low quality like AI videos, and there's the risk of that happening with sample packs, vocal music, everything in music, and it's just gonna be like AI slop, and it's gonna completely saturate everything. I mean, that could still happen anyway, but I do think that there's the risk of creative people getting just bogged underneath and not being able to kind of raise their heads above it. I'd like to set up a site that kind of focuses on the human touch to creative side of music.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's good.
What are your thoughts on AI in the creative industry?
Yeah.
Do you have thoughts on it? I guess.
Yeah. The hard topic. Yeah, I think I like to use AI to speed things up. That's how I use it. To speed the process. Like to work more efficiently.
Mm.
So maybe get AI to help you check the top line or whatever. You'd like to help you in the creative process.
Yeah, if you're stuck, maybe.
Maybe something like that, or in what key or with the chord progressions, whatever. Like maybe it could help you. Because we all know, like, hit songs are just, one is the female, sensitive female chord progressions, or 6-5-1-4, whatever. That's one, all the Michael Jackson hits, right? That's, music is written in certain ways. So it might help you, come up with catchy stuff. But, the whole replacing thing, I'm not sure if it's really going to replace it. Because I actually had quite of these conversations with some of those directors in the music, and what do you think? And because I'm also kind of like a digital nerd, of course, and stuff, and data, and so okay. But the thing is, people still want flash. That's what we said at one point. They want flash. like human. Like they want a body, like meat. So they want to go to a show and see someone real. But then, of course, the whole from Japan or whatever, the whole the AI artist, the whole
Didn't they go to see the artist and it was like a screen?
something like that. Yeah, I mean, and it's selling out everything. So it's kind of like that's why I'm saying it's a hard topic for me. But to me, I don't think it's really gonna replace it.
Yeah.
Because there's also emotional. It's a funny fact or a thing. The last 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I often see more content coming up on socials, kind of like mocking ChatGPT and Gemini and whatever, those AI models, to that they're talking in the ways that you like. So I'm not gonna. They're kind of like the bad friend. They're gonna say what you want to hear.
Yeah,
so I see
that's
those memes
ChatGPT,
more and
right?
more.
Yeah,
Right. Like, so sometimes I also see like those AI platforms that are giving advice, like type this to really tell ChatGPT, fuck off, don't talk to my mouth. Like, give me like honest feedback. Don't mimic my tone of voice. Don't act like me. Like, I really want you as a business partner, whatever.
Yeah.
So maybe that it's already kind of a little bit slightly happening, that people feel like, it's not all that.
Yeah.
It might speed things up, but it's not gonna replace everything for me.
Yeah.
But that's my take. I mean,
it may just be one massive kind of fad or phase, and things may just hit a peak and kind of die back down. And it's happened before with stuff.
Yeah,
Who
right.
knows? Yeah.
It's kind of like the correction also with trading and stuff. I'm not into trading, but the correction stuff. It's the spike.
Yeah.
And then okay, so this is how we can actually use it. This is, you know. Yeah.
I think you also see with the AI, like, because I mean now they can create things that are so realistic. For me, I notice I just kind of check out. I'm like, yeah, it's fake, and I'm not even gonna watch it anymore. And I think I agree with you with what you're saying. Like, for example, my voice and the way I write a song and the lyrics. Like, for example, I wrote a song for Gregor, and it's very much his story, right? So I asked him, "What's your story? What's your life?" And then I am crafting the lyrics and the melody and everything to tell that story. And of course, AI can go quite the distance, right? It does a pretty good job, but I still feel like it's never going to be able to do it as well as a human can. And at the same time,
not as authentic. That's maybe the right word.
Yeah,
not
authentic.
As authentic and real. Yeah.
Yeah, and also the when we're talking about, for example, the sound, like if we have AI that can do it almost just as well, doesn't it make the real thing more exclusive? Right? So if you were to say like, okay, I've got this amazing track and it's an electronic dance track, but I've got an incredible electrical guitar player to play this break. And then you bring him out on stage at your set, right? You're going to have this super exclusive, super authentic thing compared to everyone else who's just using AI and not doing anything original. And you can't do that if you didn't have that guitar player.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, it is definitely making my job harder, because I used to do a lot of vocals and get paid for them, and that's definitely less.
Oh, yeah? You actually see that already?
Yeah, I saw it. Well, one thing, I saw it in Corona time because none of the musicians had any money because none of the musicians were playing. Yeah. So that also impacted me. And definitely, like, I was receiving recording requests, and they were sending me an AI vocal that they generated, which was kind of shitty. And then I didn't need to write it. They just asked me if I could, like, improve it a little and re-record it. And before that, they also asked me to write it. So I'm still getting the requests because I have artists that like my music and like my vocals, and then they ask me. But I mean, definitely for vocalists, it's like for producers who don't really have the budget. I mean, I would do the same thing. I can't blame them. Mm-hmm. Like, you want a good vocal, you want to finish your track. You're working and you're studying, and you don't have much money. Of course, you're gonna do it. It's not a bad thing.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it will correct itself, filter itself out, whatever. I think that first spike will hit, or we're already there, we're over it already, I think. Maybe not in the music industry, but again, I think at the end of the day, it also depends on the scene, the industry you're in. I think with lo-fi beats and hip hop and stuff, I mean, it's way more easy, and maybe in dance as well because of the whole digital side of things. But compared to bands or whatever, like an indie singer or whatever, or people are in love also with that person, Taylor Swift. Like they like that person not just for the music probably, but also because I heard you mentioning how she handles stuff in the music industry. It's a tough road. You like that about that person.
The story.
That's actually what my whole what I preach about, of course. So it's not just about the music, and that's why I feel like that's what I mean with flesh. That's why we said people want flesh. They want flesh and bones on a stage with a story, and I'm not too scared of AI taking over the music industry.
I think something I often think of as well is like, with AI, it's trained on music that already exists, so you don't know how much of it's lifted out of something that already exists. That it's not entirely unique like a person. I mean, obviously everyone takes every producer, singer, whoever takes inspiration, but you've got no idea whether you'll kind of have a plagiarism case against you for something that's an exact copy of another track, unless you already know every song ever. So there's that as well, like lawsuits and things like that.
It happens with Suno right now as we speak, right? With YouTube or something. I didn't dove into it, but I saw something that Suno and YouTube and whatever, But that they're probably, that they're using music that's already out there,
Yeah. I also heard this crazy story about a producer. So he did a little experiment. He produced a track A, and then he uploaded track A to AI and said, okay, produce me a follow-up track B. And then he uploaded track B to YouTube or Spotify or whatever. So he uploaded both tracks. And then track B, which was AI generated, actually caused track A to be taken offline. Because the YouTube or whatever said, okay, there's copyright infringement on the original track because of the AI track. Yeah, it's insane.
Oh, but that's fucked.
It's like the wrong way around.
Yeah, the wrong way around.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, then again, I was talking to Jim from Recode earlier, and he said that apparently they also now have software which can recognize what's been AI generated. So, I mean, there's lots of stuff happening there as well.
But it's just fucked that Spotify, is doing it themselves as well for years and years already.
What have they been doing?
They're pushing out a lot of fake music.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
A lot, especially in the piano, like neoclassical. I do a lot of distribution as well, so that's why I, dove into it. Like I did a lot of neoclassic and lo-fi because, hey, I love all styles of music and I love those as well. But hey, from a business standpoint, at one point a few years ago, all those playlists with neoclassical and all this lo-fi. So, and then we found out that a lot of, you can see those barcodes, the ISRC codes, right? And the SE stands for Sweden. And at one point you start recognizing those digits and stuff because it's actually like an identifier for a distributor. Yeah. So a lot of my artists, lo-fi producers, whatever, or piano players as well. One actually big one, and he studied law and he's really into he's this artistic freak. He's actually also a big producer, but also a neoclassical piano player. And he was thrown out of 58 big playlist on a random Tuesday, so not even a day that they refresh those playlists. And he did all the research, and with him, I helped him, and we found out, they're replacing a lot of real artists with that SE, just fake music. In Amsterdam, there's a big company. I actually refuse to help them. There's a really big company in Amsterdam that does it. They make AI makes the MIDI, they throw it in with a keyscape or whatever. Cool, next. It's actually a business model.
Wow. And
you have those companies a lot. And Spotify themselves are doing it as well. They're pushing...
Crazy.
Yeah. It's fucked. How are you going to compete with that? If they themselves are...
And they can put it in their own playlists as well. They have complete control over it. So, yeah.
And so what did this guy do? Create 6 alter egos, like 6 other names for this music. He's a smart motherfucker. And he only produces So if you're going to throw me out, fuck you. I got 6 others. So he found his way to But no, they're pushing it out themselves as well.
That's insane.
So how are you gonna fight it?
Yeah, good question.
Yeah, exactly.
There needs to be like an AI stamp, right, on music.
Definitely. I did see one. Was it Deezer? Maybe we're going to start doing that. They were going to start labeling AI-made music.
Yeah.
I mean, people care now, but maybe the next generation may not be as bothered as we are. We haven't grown up with AI, so
exactly.
Eventually it may just be the norm, and that's that. But
it's interesting with Spotify, because I remember a while ago they changed it so they really credited the artists, right? So I thought that was really positive movement. You could see the songwriters and the producers.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, okay, they're really focused on crediting the artists that helped contribute.
Yeah.
But this is a step in the other direction.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, this is another topic, but I always think it's such a weird thing that the whole global music industry is looking at the charts and the results on a company that's revenue oriented. Like, it's just a company. It's not like a governmental or whatever, or an industry organization. No, it's just a company that started in a country, and the whole industry in the whole world is looking to that company. I say it again, that wants to make revenue to see how we are doing in the music industry. So of course they want to make money.
Yeah.
So yeah, from a business standpoint, I mean, can you blame them? But from an artistic standpoint,
it's different.
Yeah.
And do you think? Because I've heard lots of different things about Spotify, whether the revenue and the income for artists is fair. And I've actually been to a Spotify masterclass that they gave a few years ago, and to me it seems like they really try to, split the finances fairly between the artists. What's your opinion on that, Noah?
Yeah, so I had the privilege to, like, the old director of Sony, also international from the UK. At one point, he's a buddy of mine and whatever, and he was actually one of the few first people that is such a cool guy. He actually quit his director, like, he made a lot of money. His job as a director there in UK, Sony International, because he felt like this industry is fucked. So that already
that's a bold decision.
Yeah, that already tells you, like, okay, so this dude's like, I'm not gonna do this anymore. But he was one of those first people that when he was still in the Netherlands, the director, he told, like, the HQ in the US, like, there's this company, there's this thing called Spotify. Did you see the playlist on Netflix, the documentary about Spotify?
No.
In the beginning as well, you have those few people that one guy from Sony that goes to the US, sitting at a desk like, yo, Spotify. I had to think of this guy because I was like, this is kind of literally what he did. He was also a Sony director, but yeah, it's not this guy because he was from the Netherlands, and in the documentary, it's it's from Sweden. But he was one of those guys that told you the US, like, yo, there is this thing called Spotify, and they said, like, it's a Swedish thing, and then it grew to be a European thing, and he said, people, like, it's growing. It's a European thing. And he actually saw the Spotify papers. I'm not gonna mention his name. Apparently, something exists called the Spotify papers.
This sounds exciting.
And this is an internal thing at Spotify. Maybe I'm talking bullshit now, but not my words. He saw them. And it's kind of like an internal, like a playbook from Spotify. And in it says, like, as soon as we can, as fast as we can, we need to cut out all the record labels. And I kind of understand, because why would you want to deal with a record company if you could directly deal with the creator itself, the maker? Why would you would want a label there?
Yeah. So do you think it's like a noble goal, or was it a financial goal?
I think a noble goal, because the thing was they wanted to help the music industry, right? That was the whole thing. Yeah. But this is, of course, it's kind of like a love-hate relationship. It's a bad relationship, because the major record companies, they're shareholders in Spotify.
Oh.
Yeah. They actually own a part of Spotify.
That would be problematic.
That's the whole, but that's the whole weird thing, and that's why the Spotify papers are kind of like, whoa, exciting, because they internally say, as soon as we can, fuck off with them, but they can't because they're shareholders. That's how they got the licenses for all the rights to get those music on the platform.
Yeah,
it's a really kind of like a bad romance, like a bad relationship.
Yeah, because they're codependent.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? They're not independent.
So they want to cut out all those record labels and go to your TuneCore, your DistroKid. Just bring your music here.
Yeah.
But to circle back to the revenue stream, I can remember that years ago it was the first year that Spotify actually made a profit, right? Because it was a new thing and they didn't really know, like, who's gonna pay who. So there was something like a story, like the record companies were like, no, that revenue, Spotify, you're gonna pay the artist because it's your platform, and Spotify was like, no, we're the pipeline, we're the service, we're the player, like the rights are you, right? And And that one was pointing towards the publishers, typically music industry, of course. Like, if something's new, like, we don't know how to act with it. So that's why I kind of like it all was shit.
Yeah,
and I think that was also one of the reasons that the revenue is so low per stream, because they made a loss for years and years and years.
Yeah. And they split it fairly, right? I mean, it's based on what's the demographic of your listeners? What do they pay for Spotify? And then it's split. Between the artists that they listen to.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So, I mean, you got to do it somehow, I guess.
Apple Music pays better. There's a question I have for you, actually. But Apple Music pays better, for instance. But when we're talking about streaming services, I thought of this question in the beginning already, because you're in the more like louder dance music, the hard dance, happy, whatever, the louder dance music. In my experience, when I was promoting music in Germany, Switzerland, Austria, that territory, I saw that Apple Music worked better than Spotify. So my question is for you, finally having someone in front of me, making that music in that territory, do you get streams on Apple Music as well? Or is your Spotify game the most important for you? Or do you see that Apple Music is also kind of important for you?
Personally, for me, is I think Spotify, but so many guys from my community tells me when I release music, do you release on Deezer or on other on other ones? But I think Apple Music is good too. But as a feeling for myself is I think Spotify. So many people or SoundCloud. But,
okay.
SoundCloud is also very interesting, and YouTube, but more for original music. Is Spotify for myself right now.
Your music is English, right? Like the vocals are English.
In music?
Your music.
It's 50-50. I try to create music with German lyrics, and right now with English lyrics, with this wonderful woman.
Yeah, mein Deutsch ist not so good. Bit scheiße. Ein bisschen scheiße, mein Deutsch. Jawohl.
We can, I can teach you.
Yeah.
Yes, next song.
No, that was those. It was for the artist Je Broer. Je Broer, and he had Kind van de Duivel. Kind eines Teufel. That was then the German version. Got released. So maybe I was just thinking, but maybe it has to do something with the German lyrics, maybe, because for him. And for a few others as well, but for him, we saw like, like Apple Music is working way better. Like the streams there.
It was Spotify. A big hit in Germany.
It was?
Yeah.
Can I please tell your story how we did it? It was so nice.
Share, tell. I'm curious.
Every weekend, every clubs in all the cities played this track.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. It's nice to hear.
It's crazy.
So hear me out. This
the
is kind of like
version is big.
It's a fun story. So it became a hit here in the Netherlands, the Dutch original version. Because it's about, the Kind eines Teufel, and also the English version later, like the Child of the Devil, the Devil's Child. And his breakthrough here with the song was because when he was playing in small villages here, where religion is really still really big, with churches and stuff, the community, the religious community, they were kind of like protesting, actually going on the street, like, we don't want this artist here singing about children of the devil, right? But of course, that helped him, like.
It was promotion.
Super good. Because that's the whole song. That's the whole thing. It is the whole rebellious thing. So people loved it. So when Cloud9 back then said they wanted to do the German version, they asked me, like, how could we kind of like stimulate, like do the same, but now like have control over it, because that just happened. How can we, enter those German-speaking territories and kind of do the same? So we created a fake news item of kids, like in slow motion, like the Kind eines Teufel and the Nederlandische rapper, coming to Germany, singing about children of the devil. And on Yelp, that's the only time I used Yelp. I'm not sure if you know the website. It's kind of like, you can find places,
Is it like something like Yahoo or something? Is it
kinda,
very old?
Kinda, and you can give reviews.
Okay.
For restaurants, it's a really big thing. Like, oh my god, bad reviews on Yelp, whatever. So on Yelp, on a Saturday, I still remember, I looked up a lot of addresses of churches in Germany, Switzerland, and Austria. A lot. And what I could do digitally is like fence them. So around those borders of the actual church, like the bricks, like the building, I can create fences in the air, like digitally. So if you enter in this, for this instance, this church, or maybe now the studio, whatever, but one of those churches, I could target you. So that fake news item, I was bombarding. That's kind of like maybe not the right word, but I was kind of like pushing it to all those churches.
You were spamming them.
And those people, religious people in the church, saw the Netherlandish rapper singing about children of, and they didn't went outside to protest, but online we saw quite some engagement happening, like, no, you shouldn't come. But because of it, we saw fans of hard dance, getting to know the artist called Je Broer. And then Boathouse is venue in Germany or
Cologne, yeah, Boathouse.
Yeah. Like a few weeks after, like sold out, like a totally new territory.
That is
so
insane.
I really like that you say like it's a big hit there, because we worked on that song.
For the first time, the first weeks and month, Kind eines Teufels was released in Germany. All the clubs and the festivals played the German version, and I don't understand the way of this. It's an incredible track, but there was a break, and the people hate the German version and play in the German clubs the Netherlands version.
The original version.
The original version is crazy.
Een kind van de duivel, that one. Yeah.
What?
Oh, no
And the
way.
people
Crazy.
loved it more than the German
Oh, no
version.
way.
Yeah, it was crazy. So.
Oh shit, now that you mention it, at one point they said that. At one point they mentioned that the Spotify streams went up in Germany for the Dutch version. So that's,
Do you have any idea why that happened, Greg?
I don't know.
That's crazy.
It's
though.
crazy. So the people told me I like the original more than the German lyrics.
Okay.
But a few weeks ago, the same people said, I love the German version. It's
They
crazy.
just switch.
Yeah,
It's okay.
they
It's the same
switch.
artist. He doesn't mind, right?
Maybe it's I don't know why, but maybe it's this time right now. Everyone's must go faster and faster and faster. I released today a track, and tomorrow nothing. Hear my track, but the day before everyone's loved it.
Yeah. So everyone gets bored faster, right? With the
It's a
with the
fast
tracks.
time, I think.
So maybe that's the trick. Just release your track in 3 languages, and when they get
Yeah, the English was a flop.
the English one was no success.
The English was
Not
a
in
flop.
the UK, you didn't hear it.
I didn't know what to talk about now, to be honest. So,
We've got all the countries
obviously
here
it didn't do
today.
very
But
well.
also, it sounds stupid. Like, I am a child of the devil, and I was like, wouldn't you say just devil's child instead of child of the devil? It could.
Yeah, it sounds a bit more snappy in a song, doesn't it?
It just, but
Yeah.
that was the whole rhythm. Like, ik ben een kind. So I understand why they did it, but it always felt to me like, I am
Yeah, a
a
little
child
off.
of the devil. Like, it's super literally translated, like from the original. Like, so
Yeah.
to me it always was like, But the German version, I kind of like that. Yeah.
That one worked.
Yeah.
It's cool because I actually had a singing student of mine, a little kid. He was like 12 or 13, and he comes to the singing lesson wanting to sing this track. Yeah,
Which is actually not singing at all. It's just
yeah, but
shouting or whatever, how you want to call it. Yeah.
yeah. Sometimes I humor them,
Yeah.
But
That's funny though.
Yeah,
That's funny.
I did one time have like a 10-year-old wanting to sing Jason Derulo, and I said no, we're not doing that because that was all about shaking booty and this. And I was like, no, we're not doing that song. But this one was really cool because I could see in him exactly what you're saying. Like, he's this 12-year-old kid and he felt like a total rebel.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this song,
Exactly.
and he's putting all of his energy into it and maybe a little bit of anger. And I just think that's so interesting that you can actually like strengthen your brand by pushing away the people that you don't want.
Of course.
Right? You're just like, you are not a part of it. And they are saying it. They're saying like, I am not a part of this. And then the people that do like you are like, oh, but I am.
Yeah, it's
right?
punk. It's punk. That's the whole. It's more styles, but it's punk 101. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
whole thing.
It's very cool. So we have been chatting for an hour. And I think that's pretty amazing. And I think we've had an amazing conversation here with people I've just thrown on the couch. So thank you guys so much.
Can I ask one more question to the
Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
to the artist?
For sure.
So, what is success? What would define at this moment in your career success? So, what would happen now that you feel like, fuck yes, that is. Just curious.
Yeah, I mean, to a point, I already feel like I've been successful because I've managed to make music my full-time job, which was when I started it, that was my ultimate goal.
Of course, that's why I said
exactly.
exactly.
Now I'm here. It would be getting onto like the Tomorrowland, the festival circuit. That's really what I'd like to do, because that's why I want to play my music to more people. And it's cool stuff, getting like good tracks on Spotify, streams, stuff like that. But I want to play my music in front of people myself.
Because how many streams would now be considered for you like a success? A ballpark, like a range, like a number, like.
Yeah, I think something over. I mean, at the moment, when I get something over 100,000, I'm like, okay, that was good.
Cool.
But really, I've got one track that's over 1 million. I look at that, I'm like, I like that number.
Yes, of course.
So yeah,
and apparently you can do it.
Yeah. Just purely looking at numbers.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite track, which is kind of annoying. So I want one of my favorite tracks to something to kind of get the numbers. I guess something that I really am proud of to kind of get 1 million streams would be a number I would see as good.
Nice. Okay. And you, what would be for you now considered a success in this stage of your career?
Do you mean what my goals are there?
I'm gonna explain why I ask that. I think it's always an interesting question for artists, but like, what would be if something happens now that would be a success? So it's kind of like a goal, but like the goal that's the first one now, like that's success if that happens. Maybe if I
you mean that's what the point I start with music.
Yeah, for now, but maybe you want to sign to a booking agency or to a specific record label. Now you feel like this is success now. On to the next. But that will be your new next milestone, your success. Is there something in your mind that you feel like that is a thing now that I really have to...
when I get a DJ agency this year in May, my first DJ agency, they changed my life a bit right now. And I think we are on a way to... a bigger way than ever I had before, and my goal is to tell my story in music, my love for happy hardcore, yes. UK hardcore music, to tell this story on the stage to all the ravers. And right now my track with Charlie will be I can tell right now too much for this, but this will be an inspiration track for all the other people, and that's, I think, my biggest goal, to motivate other people with my music. Don't give up. Fight for your goals. Fight every day and have a good time. And no stress. Not too much stress.
A little is okay.
A little good.
A little bit.
Yeah. The reason why I ask is I saw quite some artists burn out. And also, I had a terrible depression like last year, and not even an artist anymore. But when I ask artists that, like, what would be that goal? Like, define your success right now, because we all keep running and running and running and running and running and running. So that's why I always ask, like, if I coach or manage or whatever, like, let's define those successes, so we really know we hit that success. Celebrate that we hit that success right now. Yeah. On to the next, instead of just it's never enough, more, bigger, and there is no stop, and you get exhausted, and it's just a rat race, and you keep running. And that's why I really like to define success, and that could be 1 million, and sometimes like million's not about the numbers, right? It is now, like define, or maybe 100,000 people in front of you.
I have found that every goal I've kind of got to, releasing on a certain label, getting on a certain club gig, festival, there's been a time when it's been so far away, and then by the time I get it and hit it, I'm like, okay, cool, that was on to the next thing. Like it's weird. Like it's almost like the further you are from when you're close to achieving that goal, when you hit it, it's not as big a deal as when it was really far away. Yeah, exactly. And so then you hit it and you're like, yeah, okay, well, I'll keep working the next thing and the next thing, and then like you
and
said,
you're diminishing
you
it as
keep
well,
just-
right? Like,
Yeah. I've done that. I do that all the time.
Exactly, stop
I
that.
kind of just I don't really celebrate
Exactly.
the success because by the time you get to it, you're like, it's not that big.
It's kind of like at Mount Everest with those base camps. Like, you set up base camp there. You're gonna not sleep, but celebrate it. Whatever way you do that, or take a moment for yourself. But it sounds so stupid, like, oh, okay, I'm gonna celebrate. No, it's actually important. I saw, like, I myself as well, like, with the companies. First as an artist, I had a DJ school as well. DJed as well a lot, but whatever. A lot of stuff burnt the fuck out last year. Like, crazy. Like, rock bottom. So that's why I wanted to ask. I think it's always an interesting question because it's, of course, we want to be successful. Of course, we have dreams, we have goals and stuff, but like define them. And sometimes with some people, it's like, like exactly. Please define some of those successes. If this happens, I will consider that a success. Is that the end? No, but that is a success for now. And sometimes I see that artists, it helps to stay a bit grounded. Like, okay, fucking nice. Okay, cool. Breathe. Okay, we did that, right? Okay. On to the next.
Yeah, I think that's beautiful. I think it's also a beautiful question. I'd like to share a little bit because I'm a singer.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, of course. Oh,
no,
sorry.
that's
I
all
considered
right.
you the moderator here. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, whatever. Yeah.
I am like all people in music. I do many things, right?
Yeah. Sure.
No, but just what you're saying. Like when I started out, I wanted to be successful in music, but I didn't know my why. Right? So I just decided for myself, when I am a successful singer, I am a success as a person, as a human being. And then when obviously that didn't work yet, or I didn't achieve the success I wanted, I had to really start to ask, but what is it exactly that I'm looking for, right? Like you're saying, make it specific, but maybe before you make it specific to a number, like both of you answered what it would mean to you. Right? Like, what are you actually looking for? Are you looking to be a super successful artist, or are you looking for connection? Are you looking to help people, to help them feel something? Yeah, to help them, to inspire them to go after their dreams. And for me, it was really I had to stop making music to figure out what that was. What am I actually looking for? And then from that moment, I guess I can put a figure on it, to be like, okay, well, and for me, it was to help heal people because music was healing for me, and then to kind of bring that to others. And when I realized that, I started working in a completely different way. Like, it wasn't like I was chasing something. It was like I'm moving from my core, from who I am, from what I want to achieve. And it just makes it more calm. And it makes it more like, this is my goal, and this goal is coming from my spirit, right? It's not coming from my ego wanting to feel loved or to be seen, but it's really coming from a deeper place. And I think when you find that deeper place, and you can then, exactly like you say, make it concrete, give it a number, because otherwise it stays fake, then I feel like it's a better way to move, and you have more chance of success. At least for me, it's really helped.
And it also, beautiful what you're saying, but because now it also reminds you of, not diminishing it, it reminds you of that fact, like, at one point I said this as success. Because when you start to reach it, it's like, whatever, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And it also helps you remind, like, no, at one point this was kind of like unimaginable.
Yeah.
I'm here.
I am now there, yeah. And to
I'm base
appreciate
camp,
yourself.
6 towards the top of it, whatever, like, fuck, we made it.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, yeah.
That's amazing.
Okay.
So, for the listeners of this podcast, is there anything that you guys would like to share as last words with them? Perhaps for ADE, perhaps in life, something to wrap it up. Each of you.
I just want to say thanks for having me on, and it's been great to chat with all three of you and get like a totally different insight from all of you on stuff. So yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Awesome. Gregor.
Also for myself, it's incredible to sitting here in a big studio, and thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed the first day of the ADE, and I'm very excited about the next couple of hours and days and what's going on in the next ones. And yeah, it is absolutely great. Nice to meet you guys.
Awesome.
Well, for the artists out there then, please keep running. Keep running. I'm getting frustrated the last few months with artists that say they want to make it and they want to do everything in their power to do so. what they believe they do. They like to do that because they also like vacation and holidays, and there's nothing wrong with that because it's your life and you should. But just know that there are less talented people out there that run when you sleep. And that's why I always tell artists, because artists can also feel like, I'm way more talented than that guy, and why is he? Yeah, he's running when you're sleeping. So run. And you did it already, for instance, with your whole social game, and look what happened.
Yeah,
and now you have with Charlie Low Noise, you have your song, one of your idols. Like, yo.
I have goals in my life, so I'm not the youngest guy right now. I'm an old guy, and I have days. I think I don't have much time for other ones, or I think I will realize my goals. And when I finish a goal, I'm very happy at this moment, and then the next moment I think for a new goal. Exactly. And that's.
But your biggest goal, and please do so. If at one point I hear a kind of like happy hardcore remix officially on radio from Taylor Swift, I know it's freaking you. And I'm going to celebrate for you.
That would be amazing.
That's the biggest goal, probably.
After then, I can die.
You're done.
With a smile in my face,
you're done.
I said to Gregor, I want to see the moment you meet Taylor Swift. Like that would be.
That's going to be.
Yeah. That would just
She's
be.
My big. I don't understand this. My Swiftie fan moments or whatever, it's a good feeling for me. She inspires me. Just spent me so much inspiration and motivation with her songs, cause she tell a story. She sing, but she tell a story of what's going on at the moment, and it's crazy. So yeah, and one day I realize my biggest goal in DJing, I will play at DEF CON and I will play a Taylor Swift song there as a first DJ.
That would be amazing. I think it might also be your last time at DEF CON, but that'll be worth it, right?
Yeah. Cool.
That's amazing.
Well, thank you for having me, for us.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed listening to this podcast, and if you're still at ADE or you're planning on visiting next time, I would say be yourself, get out there, be open to new connections, and just have a fucking amazing week.
Thank you so much, Paul. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up here in the beautiful Atlanta studios, and we hope to have you join us for the next episode. Ciao.